This is arithmetic day and lesson 129. 35 divided by 5. How many times does 5 go into 35? 7. Make sure that the 7 goes above the 35 and not above the 3. Let me go ahead and put my X's there. My X. How many times does 5 go into 50? 5 times what equals 50? 5 times 10 equals 50. Goes in 10 times. How many times does 5 go into 45? What times 5 equals 45? 9 times 5 equals 45. How many times does 5 go into 55? What times 5 equals 55? 11. 55 divided by 5 equals 11. 60 divided by 5. What times 5 equals 60? 12 times 5 equals 60. 30 divided by 5. How many times does 5 go into 30? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How many times? 6 times. Fill in the blanks. There are blank shells in all. Oh my, now we need to count these, and we might accidentally count too many of them if we're not careful. Well, these are in groups of 5. Do you see that? Here's a group of 5. Here's a group of 5. Did you notice that? Oh, it's going to be much easier to count them now. Now that we know they're groups of 5, we can count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There are 40 shells in all. I checked these off so that I knew which groups I counted, because if I didn't check them off, I might accidentally skip a group. There are blank shells of each kind. How many shells are there of this kind? 5. How many shells are there of this kind? 5. How many of each kind? 5. There are how many groups of 5 shells? How many groups are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups. 40 divided by 5 equals, 40 divided by 5 equals, divide them into groups of 5, equals 8. The answer tells us how many groups of 5 there are in 40. 8 times 5 equals 40. This answer tells us how many there are in 8 groups of 5, the total number. Number 3, count from 1 to 10 using Roman numerals. This is a good review. 1, 2, 3. How do you make a 3? 3 I's. How do you make a 4? An I before the V. How do you make a 5? The V. How do you make a 6? A V and an I. And the 7, V-I-I. 8, V-I-I-I. 9. Remember, 9 is 1, or is an I before the 10, and the 10 is an X. And 10 is an X. Multiply by 10. 5 times 10 equals 50. 12 times 10 equals 120. 3 times 10 equals 30. 11 times 10 equals 110. 0 minus 6, write the sums and differences. 0 minus 6, you cannot do that. You have to borrow from this 8, make it a 7, make the 0 a 10. 10 minus 6 equals 4. 7 minus 4 equals 3. 0 minus 9, you cannot do that. You have to borrow from the neighbor. Now we take away 1 from the tens, and we have 4 tens, and we have 10 ones. 10 take away 9 equals 1. 4 take away 3 equals 1. 6 minus 8 is not possible. Borrow from the neighbor, make the 9 an 8, make the 6 a 16. 16 minus 8 equals 8. 8 minus 4 equals 4. 7 minus 2 equals 5. 9 plus 8 equals 17. 4 plus 1 equals 5. And 1 plus nothing equals 1. 1 plus 0 equals 1. 7 plus 5 equals 12. Put the 2 down there and the 1 up there. And then 6 plus 2 plus 1 equals 9. Don't forget your dollar sign and your decimal point. Keep them lined up. Many interesting sea animals live in tide pools in Acadia. How many are on this page?